On June 30th, MTV will launch Logo, an entire network geared to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender audiences. Logo promises to bring its own brand of flamboyance, greedy honesty, and controversy to the screen. Some are asking if we really need a separate gay network. A lot of people think so and are counting on its success, including some mainstream advertisers. But the concept of Logo raises some interesting questions. Will it isolate gays and subject them to ridicule, or will it give them a stronger voice in our society? Who is really going to be watching, and what type of programming will they be running? Take a look.
Out of the closet and into the streets.
The gay rights fight is the subject of tonight's special report.
As the gay movement gained momentum, so did our demands for civil rights and our desire for media images that mirrored our reality. Over time, these images evolved to reflect our progress.
We stand united.
Gay couples fall into the category of dinks. Dual income, no kids.
And our setbacks. They tell the stories of our lives, the story of the movement and the media.
The Evolution of Gay Life will be a documentary series scheduled to open the programming for Logo. Catherine Linton is the producer of this series, as well as the PBS show In the Life. Catherine, can you tell me a little bit about your latest project?
It's really about the revolution of the gay community and how we influenced media and how media reflected our movement.
Why do we need a gay channel?
We need a gay channel because the networks now have fewer gay characters on than they ever have. They feel, oh, Showtime's doing it. HBO is doing it. So we don't have to. We have Will and Grace. That's enough.
By doing this, aren't we isolating the gay community and giving a better excuse to regular networks not to incorporate gay characters?
I happen to be one who's not necessarily for this niche programming. I don't like it. I don't think it benefits anyone. We should all be interested in each other's stories. I think it's a problem, but I don't know that it is the wave of where we are in television now. Everybody has to have their own channel. I mean, the fact that we have a golf channel is, to me, the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and yet there are people who are obsessed with golf, and they watch it.
Golf is a hobby, though. Being gay is a sexual preference. Mm-hmm. It does not indicate any kind of characteristic, choice of morals or ideals. It's just a sexual preference.
I believe that we have a unique perspective. I, as a lesbian, have a unique perspective. I don't have the same perspective on the world as a straight person. And so that influences everything I do, how I look at politics. And so if you're going to look at a political issue and you're going to look at it through the prism of a gay person's experience, it is different. So therefore, a gay channel could have the opportunity, if it's done right, to have incredible programming.
What would you want to see on Logo?
What I think is important to show on a gay channel is we need to challenge religion. I think that's the biggest thing against us. It has been. The religious right has been on a crusade against us for over 3 decades, and they are winning this war. As Ginny Apuzzo, one of the leaders of our movement, said, we have enough entertainment. We have had enough entertainment. We are funny. We know that. We have Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. We have Will and Grace. We're funny people. You know, lesbians, of course, are not funny in the eyes of, our culture. But we have had enough entertainment. Now we need to get serious.
Logo will be an advertiser-supported network. Is there a fear that advertisers will control some of the programming or even pool their support if the programming is a little too diverse or controversial?
Of course, if you are driven by what the advertisers want to see, then we all have to be white, and we all have to have the income of Will on Will and Grace, and we all have to have no sex.
We went out to the streets to find out what are some of the expectations of the gay community of New York.
I think it can serve as a valuable tool to educate the public, first of all, about gay life, that there is gay life that exists. It doesn't have to be in the closet anymore. And also, it can break the stereotype of what the before us has set out to the public a different message altogether.
Well, I think the fact that it's from Viacom and MTV networks is problematic. I mean, for me, I don't think it'll touch the diverse group at all. There's argument on what is community anyway, lesbian and gay community. I mean, is that just the 20 to 30-year-old middle class white people who can afford nice cars and nice and all the cell phones or whatever stuff they're selling? It's very specific group, I think, that always gets shown on any of the shows that are on TV now, like the L Word or the Queer as Folk or all those. I don't consider myself part of those people. I don't see that's not my community. So if that's what that lesbian gay community television is, then that has really nothing to do with me anyway.
Anna Labello is an independent filmmaker in the process of finishing her latest film, Queer Realities and Cultural Amnesia.
The fact that there's like a specific channel for sexuality or for tastes or for sports or for whatever, it's a normal progression, I think, of how television is expanding. What's the real challenge is, what are you going to do with a channel like this?
What are you hoping to see on Logo?
I'm hoping that Logo will be like MTV was in the beginning, where it was much more free for alternative and artistic and creative type of film work, music, opinions. I believe that in the last 10 years it's become much more of a consensual and entertainment channel.
Is there any downside to having Logo?
I mean, a downside would be, that they don't take up. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. I think the downside today with a network like Logo is that they don't, stand up for, a commitment and an artistic integrity, especially now at a time when you do have somebody like George Bush and the right is really like hoping to latch on to anything that says, look, weird, superficial, silly, stupid, bad, what is this what they wanted rights for?
While talking to Anna, we had a pleasant surprise. Penny Arcade, a renowned performer and the producer of Anna's latest film, joined our conversation. This is what she had to say about the launching of Logo and entertainment for the gay community.
The problem with entertainment in America is it's like small-time drug dealers, the kind who deal just enough to pay for their own stash. Quentin Crisp said, the so-called gay community says that it wants equality, but what it wants is acknowledgement. Because when you want equality, you say, I'm gay, and everyone says, so what? But when you want acknowledgement, you say, I'm gay, and everybody says, oh, do tell. What was it like for you?
Since cable television beginnings, its promise was to reach the unserved. In the late 70s, it was about the unserved in urban communities. In the 80s and 90s, it has been about niche marketing, reaching unserved consumers in a very focused way with channels for women and African Americans. With the launching of Logo, MTV is reaching out to an unserved audience, hungering for quality gay programming. Will it survive? Will it fulfill the gay community's expectations? June 30th, 2005 remains to be seen.